Hey, I got a lady. I got a lady. I got a lady. Hey, I got a lady. I got a lady. Hey, name is the upper echelon. She a debater, baby. She can give it to you straight, no chaser. She got the smarts. She got the heart. She got the heart. She got the confidence, baby. Yeah. Baby, she the upper echelon. You know you intimidated. Stupid can't play with smart. She got the smart. She got the smart. She got the heart. She got the heart. She got the confidence. Baby, she the upper echelon. You know you intimidated. Stupid can't play with smart. 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 Ooh.
Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast, where we keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Because why? Because we ain't never ever scared. Hit the like button on your way in. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Give me 1 second, Charles. Before I get started with my commentary, got my 8-year-old here, got my 12-year-old here, and they want to say something. What y'all gotta say?
Holly going to jail. Holly going to jail. Holly going to jail. Holly going to jail.
Yes. Holly is going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail with y'all keep Holly free looking asses. How did we go from the case is closed to the bitch getting charged? Y'all make sure y'all drop them pink hearts in the chat, okay? Drop them pink hearts in the chat. What I do want to say, because I'm about to drop the link, I got a special guest getting ready to come up, okay? I got a couple people I'm sure that want to say something, but what I want to say is I told these motherfuckers that Holly ass was going to jail. Before I drop the link, let me say this. Let me make it very clear for the people in the back that's not smarter than a sixth grader, because we got people in the back that's not smarter than a sixth grader. In no state in the United States of America, not in one single state in the whole United States of America, can you pull out a firearm and blast somebody for no reason. I don't care if they trying to fight you, if they saying nasty words to you. It is not legal. Do I make myself very clear? It is not legal. Now, let me go ahead and drop my link. Let's see who's coming up. The bitch going to jail. I told y'all, but we had people telling us that we wasn't smarter than a sixth grader. Remember that? Okay. Link is dropped. You guys, this case was so important to me because I care about the community that I live in. And I don't want anybody to ever believe that you are allowed to pull out a weapon and take somebody's life away from them because you have a history with them, because you have a restraining order against them, because y'all got the same baby daddy, because you think they finna fight you. It is not allowed. It is not legal. And the fact that there's people that exist in this world that actually believe that they can take out a weapon and unalive somebody because they have a restraining order is concerning. I'm going to leave it there. Let me let some people up. I got some people. Shout out to Mary Walker for that super sticker. Shout out to Comic Lecter for that super chat. Thanks, boo. Let me see. This is restrain. We got Justice for Romika.
Hey. Hey, Oprah.
Hey, this is Ebony. We got Malish up here. What's going on, Malish?
Hey, I just want to say this, because I got to get ready to go live too. But I want to say this: Black media did it.
You know
Shout
what,
out to the
Malish?
Black YouTubers and Black media on YouTube.
Let me give a big. I'm glad you said that when you came up here, Malish. Let me give a big shout out to Ebony. Ebony, can you press mute real quick because
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
I want to give a big shout out to Ebony. She created a group, she was an admin, and I believe she created the group called Justice for Romika on Facebook. Now, this group actually reached out to Tia Ewing some days ago, not that long ago. And hold on one second. Hold on. Not that long ago. And after she reached out to the state's attorney. So when people were going around saying that social media, one of the things that people were saying was, y'all are not detectives. Do y'all think that by talking to, thank you, Lysandra, for that super sticker. I appreciate you. Do you think that by talking about it every day that that's going to make a difference? So on and so forth. But let me tell you something. Social media pressure in 2025, it definitely does get the ball rolling. It definitely does get the ball rolling. So don't ever let people make you think that social media is not important and that community pressure is not important, because it is. Go ahead, y'all.
Well, that's all I wanted to say. Shout out to everybody that reported on it though, because I said before, ain't nobody watching the news. The news wasn't picking it up. They picking up other things because things that's going on. But if it wasn't for Black media, it wouldn't have happened. And that's just how I feel. It wasn't for the Black people coming up, reporting it every day, saying something every day, whatever they had, this would have never happened. It would have took more and more time for it to happen. So yeah, it's crazy. I get home, I see that on my phone. I was like, what? Well, so Upper. Hello?
Hear you.
Okay. So when the party?
Shit, this it right here. This the party right here.
Okay.
We celebrate. Let's see. We celebrate now. Shout out to Marcy for that super sticker. We celebrate now. I don't know why you keep dropping down, Ebony. I'm adding you to the stream. I'm not sure. Restream is funny like that sometimes. I don't know what's going on.
Well, let me do my little lives, and then I'm finna come back to the party. I might have to reschedule my little Danish Deception Part 3 later, because like I'll be back.
Okay, I see we get back.
All right.
So you guys, I didn't report on it, but it was a lot for me to say anything in the chat. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Roz, Lysandra, Tanisha, Sabi, Queen Fee, what's going on? Sorry for not paying attention to the chat. Brandy, Too Real, everybody coming in. You guys, I don't even know who I just let up. Who is that? Let me see if I can unmute. It say guests muted themselves. I don't even know who that is. Let me look in the back. Hold on, y'all. Okay, it's the same person up here twice. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm gonna pull up. I don't want to assume that everybody has already seen the post but I'm gonna just go to Tia's page, and she is a news reporter. Her name is Tia Ewing, where she reported and really just got social media ablaze with this post that she made about an hour ago. A lot of people were not sure if this was real or not, because it says in the post, let me go ahead and pull it up. It says in the post, breaking news, Cordasia Holly Johnson is charged with first-degree unaliving in the death of Romika Blackman. But then she posted an old article which had people a little bit confused. But in order to clear up that confusion, Tia did go live to make it clear to everyone. And I kind of knew anyway, because Tia Ewing is she's a reputable news anchor, you know. So I knew that she wouldn't post something that wasn't true. These reporters take their stuff serious, okay? So these news anchors take that, and she has a really good reputation with being pretty accurate. So let's see what she said.
Come on in. It has been a busy
Ebony, I'm not dropping you down, but you keep dropping. I'm not sure why.
day in this newsroom. I am legit tired and exhausted.
Oh, and if I went on my community wall and I reposted, hold on one second, y'all. I went on my community wall and I reposted where a video or a live stream that I did a couple of weeks ago, where I kind of broke down possible charges on Miss Holly Johnson. And one of the things that I did say for Miss Holly was that 9 times out of 10, I believe that she's going to be charged with first-degree unaliving. Because the interesting thing about Illinois is that you don't have to premeditate something in order to be charged with first degree in this state. In a lot of states, it has to be premeditated in order to be charged with first degree, or they have to believe that it was premeditated in order to be charged with first degree unaliving. But that's not true for the state of Illinois, okay? Hey, everybody coming in. So let's see what Tia said.
Come on into my live. Actually, I'm gonna link this live so people can see it. So hold on a second. And then I'll explain what's happening. We are working really fast to update the web story, but I'll get to explain to you what just took place. Hold on one second. Hello. Hold on. Okay. So now that I have your attention, a lot of you are asking the question, hey, you posted an old article. What is going on? You're saying that there is a charge against Cordasia Holly Johnson. Hold on, let me close this door. See, I hear all the rigmarole of the newsroom. Hold on a second. So a lot of people are saying, Tia, you shared this old article. Are you sure this is indeed true? So we are working on updating that article that I posted. So that is why I have it there. What happened, let me kind of walk you through what's transpired. So I was working on something completely different. There is a Justice for the Blackman page that exists on social media, and I have been tagged in that several times, asking for me to do another story. Any updates on?
After I'm done playing this, you guys, I do see that there's an update on Fox News that was posted a few minutes ago that I'm going to pull up for you guys to so we can go over that article. So this is official, you guys. This is official. Before I continue to play, I also want to say this. She has been charged with first-degree murder. Now, the argument for the past couple of months between the content creators and the supporters of the different sides has been, she's going to jail. She's going to be charged. She's not going to be charged. Is she going to be charged? We got a whole team of people yelling, "Keep Holly free," which is unfortunate because she's a murderer. But I'll just say this. Okay, Ebony, hold on. I don't know why. Okay. I dropped it again. Which is unfortunate because she is a murderer, and but now that she has been charged, which I'm not surprised about in the least bit, because as I said before, it is illegal. Okay. The law applies to everyone. Okay. Everybody. It doesn't matter how many supporters that you have on YouTube. It doesn't matter how many supporters you have on social media. It don't matter how cute you are. It doesn't matter about any of that. The law applies to everyone. And when you break the law, you have to face the consequences. And in this particular incident, she broke the law. Okay. You know what, Evelyn? I don't know what's going on because I keep letting you up and you keep dropping. I don't know why. Because this happened the last time that let me see. So
Hey, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I hope you're able to stay up because you keep on.
I told La to come back too because she called me and said that she was having a hard time. So I think she should be right behind me.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my eye on the
All right.
on my yeah, I don't know what's going on with Restream. We be acting crazy. But
I'm so excited.
What I was telling them, Ebony, is that here, I think this might be her right here. Let me see. See, I didn't even see this person back there. Is this live? See, whoever that is, drop down. Let me see. I'll let him back up and drop right back down.
It was doing me like that too. La, that's you?
You said it was doing you like that too?
Cause I would come up and then it would drop me back down. And so then I came back up, it dropped me back down. And then she called me and said she was having the same problems. So I turned my phone off, turned it back on.
I don't think that's her though. I don't think that's her.
That I don't know who that is.
I don't think that's her though. What's her name? What's her name?
Huh?
I don't know who that is. I don't think. I said I don't think that's her.
Yeah, because she would have said
it
something.
says AYCE 708.
AYCE.
Yeah. Okay,
No,
so this is Travel
her.
Island. Let me Travel Island up.
How y'all feeling?
Hey, Travel.
How y'all feeling?
Hey, girl.
Girl, I had to tap in right quick. I had to tap in.
What's going on?
Girl, what's going on, you guys?
We already knew what was going to happen.
Huh?
Auntie, grab the link.
I ain't never been so happy in my life for somebody to go to jail.
What we watching? We watching what Tia said. Upper.
Yeah, and there's somebody else trying to come up, but I really don't know. I don't know who that is. But so I'm gonna go ahead, y'all. We getting ready to watch. Matter of fact, you know what? Instead of playing with Tia said, what I want to play.
A lot of people didn't see it.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna play Tia Ewing. I'm gonna play it, but what I want to do first though is I want to go over the article that was just posted. Now this was posted on Fox 32. Now this article is by Tia Ewing. And she did say that they were getting ready to give an update on the website and on the news. So keep your eye on the folks in Chicago. It does say Chicago Crime. Now this at 4:12 p.m. Chicago crime suspect charged months after shooting death of mother, prosecutors say. It says a woman was charged with the first-degree murder in connection with the shooting death of 31-year-old mother shortly after dropping her son off at school in the South Loop area earlier this year. Quadeja Holly Johnson is accused of the murder of Romika Blackman back on September 8th near Cermak Road and State Street. Fox 32's Tia Ewing reports that the two women shared children with the same man who was also at the scene of the shooting. Johnson was initially taken into custody, but then released shortly after. The backstory. Just before the shooting, Blackman had kissed her 6-year-old son goodbye and told him to have a great day at school. Her last post on social media was a photo of a handwritten note. Later, she was shot in the face during a fight outside his school. Police scanner audio reveals a fight broke out, followed of a woman seen with a gun. He told Fox 32 they were at a loss over why the suspect wasn't charged then. John protective orders against Blackman back to December 2024 and as recently as this past summer. The family believes those orders were an attempt to create a paper trail against Blackman. And that is the article, y'all. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I definitely do believe Ms. Johnson got those orders of protect herself against so that she could do this. And I do think that there's some premeditation involved. Okay, that's just my opinion. Let me see. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can everybody hear me? Okay.
Yeah, because I can.
Okay, so we read that article. Now we're gonna pull the article down. Now that was just posted at 4%.
Can I say something really?
And then we're gonna put what Tia said earlier after she made that viral post. Go ahead, go ahead.
I am so excited. I literally just posted, made that post about Tia Ewing in the group on Monday. It was either Sunday or Monday. I didn't see her live, but they did say that my group, the Justice for Romika group, reached out to her. And I have been putting a lot of people in the group for people to reach out to, the state's attorney, the mayor, everybody. And I just want to thank Tia Ewing for recognizing the group. And I want to thank the group because without the group, I was nothing, you know, and I will always get up and say, hey, y'all, have y'all sent off an email today? Have y'all made a call? Have y'all sent a letter? So I want to thank the Justice for Romika group, the 4 with the number 4, but all the groups in the whole. Thank you, Upper. Thank everybody that has been fighting.
We did it, y'all.
Romika. Thank you, Travel. Thank Open Book, Miss D, Criminal Villains, Keys, Queen Step. Thank everybody. Cold Piece. Anybody I forgot, y'all, I'm sorry. Oh, Tian Tanae, Lewis Fam, Brittany, Adonis, Freddie, all our crew. Thank y'all. That's all I wanted to say. Upper. Well, I'll be damned.
I heard you. I heard everything you said, and I was in agreement with it. I wanted to say that as long as this is what happens when a community comes together and fights for what's right, you know. And I also wanted to say, piggybacking off of Ebony, is that oftentimes people get, I think, discouraged when you see what looks like somebody is winning, or when it looks like, you know, people are not going to get any consequences. You know, sometimes when it looks like the devil is winning, that doesn't always ring true.
Right.
So when people are and then you also have to remember there's a reason why. Because I went live the other day and I told y'all this. I told y'all that she's going to jail. I told y'all that she's worried about it too, because they were trying too hard to look unbothered. They were trying too hard to make it look like, oh, you know, I'm living my best life. And then, you know, I talked to Ebony a little bit earlier today, and Ebony, you even mentioned about how Carlos was spazzing out, and all of a sudden, it's because they knew it was coming.
Mhm.
So I would love for Auntie to come up here so she can give us a little bit more information. I'm waiting for her. I don't see.
Upper and call her, cause I'm scared if I call her, I'm probably gonna drop down.
So you said I should just call her?
Yeah, call her on her, call her and tell her to come back and click on the link. She was supposed to be right behind me.
Or I could just put my phone up to the thing.
Oh yeah,
You
call
have
her.
to text me the
Boom.
number.
Right thing, huh?
Mm-mm. Or should I call her on Messenger?
No, you probably
Let
need
me
to call
see.
her phone, cause I don't know if she answered
Let me
that.
see.
Did you drop the link back into the chat and see if she in the chat? You want me to try to call her?
Well, while we figure that out, let me let Tia play.
On this case.
Okay, go ahead.
I actually did get a response, and in fact,
Can you?
Okay.
And then while you do that, I'll see Ewing play.
I posted that response in this group yesterday. And it basically said what I heard back, that they were still investigating, that there was no new news. Well, at approximately 3:25 today, I got a phone call from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office on my personal cell phone. And will appear in court tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So this is not made up. My work phone to say that Quadeja Holly Johnson has indeed been charged and will appear in court tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So
I want to talk to Auntie because I want to know if she's been apprehended yet, or do she got to turn herself in tomorrow?
this is not made up. This is not fabricated. This is directly from the source in which I received a phone call. Over the course of September, when this happened, September 8th, I think is the exact date when this happened, I did do a story later on in the month of September with the family of Romika, went to their home, sat down with them, talked to them. I also heard from family and advocates of Quadeja Johnson saying that, she wanted to clear her name. Apparently she had gotten a lawyer, and I told that person that, if she wants to clear her name.
Thank you, Cheryl, for that super chat.
And, she's saying that it was the other way around, that she was the person that was being stalked, et cetera, that this platform, Fox 32, would be available for her to.
Hey, Trina, I'm about to drop the link for you. I'm finna drop the link for you. Hold on.
Be able to speak. That never happened. I never had the opportunity to interview Quadeja and hear her side of things, but that is what I know was the circumstances. And in fact, the family member told me that she was instructed from her lawyer not to speak, to let this play out, but I still left that door open for the possibility, the probability that she may want to come here at Fox 32 and air out what she felt was, wrong for people to keep saying that she deserved to be charged. With that being said, since that airing of my story, which I think was September 23rd, was the very first time I personally had a hand in telling the story of Romika Blackman, telling the story of her son who's left behind, whose birthday was literally coming up, I think the day after that.
I don't know who AYCE708 is, so I'm only letting up people who I know. But if I could see your face, darken that video so I can't really see who you are. Let me. Okay.
Ebony, I think Ebony knows who I am.
Okay. Okay.
I used
What's
to be
going
on
on?
Royal D chat a lot.
Okay. Well, welcome up.
How are you? How you doing,
I'm
Upper?
good.
I've been watching your channel ever since you started. I'm just kind of quiet. I usually be in the chat, but I just
Oh,
got excited today, so I wanted to show my face because it's Romika's day. Period.
okay. Well,
But
thank
I
you
can
for
go back in the
Upper,
chat.
huh?
upper.
Thank you for coming up.
Check your what's the
Okay.
name.
Hey,
I put the
Ebony.
telephone number in there.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
all right.
It's good to hear from you
Try to
guys.
drop the link again, she said. And then if not, I put a number in your inbox.
Okay. She said drop the link again.
Yeah, she showed me what it's showing her. It's showing
Okay,
her
I'm gonna
something.
okay, let me drop the link again. What's up, Trina?
Girl, they got us.
Hey,
Yes,
Trina.
Check the menu.
see we see we
Carlos
already
matching. They finna be in matching outfits, baby. He next. Because from her eyes, it shows that he was choking her way where that headlock dude was ridiculous. And like I said,
see,
you're not supposed to be around no gun, National Gun Registry to not be around a gun. And that lady was at your house, 3 with a firearm, subsequently killed someone who was your baby mom, by the way, and to sit around and talk about how much she's a family with this man, but had no regard of Romika being a family member. Like she's just some
right.
stranger, and that's her baby daddy, but not her baby daddy.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
that lady
Yep.
showed her whole psychosis, and then to put, they was already coming for her dumb ass. But she had to put out that shit about how pictures are so important to her. And that bitch been gone crazy since them pictures and she was pregnant.
But you but you know what? Let me tell y'all something, right? I was talking about that picture earlier, not the picture, but that post earlier. I noticed she took it down. When she took it down, I knew something was up. But let me tell you something. I don't think that she running that page. I don't think that's her running that page. I think that's
I don't neither.
allegedly. I think it might be the auntie running that page.
That crazy bitch is. She is.
And let me say something. Let me say something to the auntie real quick. Hold on, Trina. Let me just say something real quick to the auntie. I want to tell the auntie thank you. I want to tell her thank you for all your hard work, because all of the shit that you've been putting online and all of the shit that you've been talking has not helped Holly not one drop. You have been incriminating that girl since you've been started opening up your damn mouth. You and Q have been incriminating that damn girl, talking too damn much since the incident has happened. So I want to give a big thank you to Holly's auntie for helping that bitch go to jail, because you really did help.
Amen.
Because what they're going to do is they're going to look at, and I said this the other day when I was live, they're going to look and see what her activity was on the internet, what was being posted about her. Now, I'm just assuming that page on YouTube does not belong to Holly. I'm assuming that somebody else is running that page. But but it don't matter, because it's assumed that it's Holly running the page. So when Holly stands before her peers and before the judge and talks about how sympathetic she is from what regarding what she did, they're going to look at her behavior online, and they're going to see that she had no sympathy all of these months for what she did. Go ahead, y'all.
Look in your thing up. I put lot number in there.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I'm right here.
Girl is
that lie?
This me. I finally got it
Oh,
in
she
y'all.
got up there.
Girl,
I had to do
please
some
don't
tricks
drop
and
down
trays
no
and
more.
some slides. I was telling you, I started hearing what you had said. I heard you say you want to tell the auntie. I didn't really get to hear because I was trying to get in.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Holly auntie. I said I want to thank her auntie for helping get that bitch locked up.
Oh, yes.
All of
Yes.
that foolishness that
Yes.
she
Been a-
First,
Leslie, you are
I want to tell everybody, thank y'all for supporting us. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the letters y'all wrote, everything y'all have done. Continue posting her or making pictures or just making y'all statements and everything that y'all have done for us. We definitely love y'all for it. The support that y'all have and never fell back on, especially you Upper. Much love to you, darling. I appreciate everything.
That was
We
my
had to be
pleasure.
quiet for a minute. Y'all remember I posted I was on punishment for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm off punishment. I had a few more days. And I'm off punishment, y'all. And we're happy. We know all the tears that we having right now, and everybody's calling and crying, and we really tears of joy because we knew something was coming. You know what I'm saying? And we made demands Thanksgiving, Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, we really appreciate everybody. I promise you, we appreciate the love that y'all have, the ones that came and stepped with us and calls and phone calls and let us know, what was going on. We definitely love y'all for that. And we want y'all to continue as we take this journey, you know. We just it's just tears of joy and happy tears that we are crying because we didn't want this to go out for years and months and stuff like that. So putting our foot down and y'all helping us and backing us up on it, we appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Lot. And I just want to say that y'all are one strong family.
Whew, Lord.
I'm telling y'all are one strong family. And see, I got the opportunity to go to the protest the other day, a couple weeks ago. And I did get a chance to meet you. I met Romika's mom.
Yep.
And just the strength that it takes to be able to keep on pushing and keep on fighting when you are grieving, and it's like the grief is so heavy to the point where it feel like you can't breathe. And that's the energy that I was getting from Romika's mother, because one thing that she said to me when I introduced myself to her was she apologized to me and she said, "I'm sorry, normally I'm a little bit more better than this, I'm a little bit more upbeat, but today I'm just not." And I'm like, wow, for her to apologize to me because of how she feel, when she have every right to feel how she's feeling. It just showed the type of character that this family has. The way that they drug this family on YouTube and the way that they drug this family on Facebook and all across social media and tried to make it seem like these people was horrible people and all of this. Let me tell you something. I sat there and watched live on, I believe it was Key's panel. I forget who panel it was, but for her to say that she is praying for Holly and praying for her son and praying for Holly's family, even after that girl took her niece's life, is a testament to what type of people these are. So I want to tell y'all, to all of the bloggers that are working overtime to try to demonize this family, y'all are wasting y'all time, because y'all can put as many scamming reports that y'all want, police reports, text messages, old videos. It doesn't matter. Proof is in the pudding. This is a strong family. These are good people, regardless of. And it's hard to keep on keeping your focus on fighting for justice when it's all of these people on the sidelines trying to distract you. So I want to commend y'all for keeping your head up and ignoring the bullshit and keeping the focus where it's supposed to be. So I want to commend y'all for that.
It definitely was hard. I don't want nobody to think like we just this bad person. Before I even cut myself off, I also want to thank Ebony. Ebony was one strong woman that I communicate with. I trusted, you know what I'm saying, to talk to, whatever. I love that lady to the fullest. And when I fly out of town to see her, me and her gonna sit down and have some lunch. Everybody, the ones that support, we all gonna sit down and we gonna eat lunch and we gonna toast, because goddamn,
Ebony wasn't playing, okay?
Yes, that was one strong lady, and I gotta give her that. During my weakness, Ebony was bestly there, checking on, call. I appreciate her to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? I got much love for her. I love her. Let me just say that. I love her to death.
I love you
It
too.
was hard for us because people will judge you off of one little scene and think that's how you is. We are one strong family. I'm gonna tell you that we are one strong family, and what we bring in and everybody that comes into our life, we treat as family as well. That's how we was raised. You know what I'm saying? We are strong, and when we say that we're strong together, we are. We definitely are. We one strong, and this right here kind of uh broke a lot of our hearts because, like I said, we're never in a million years to think that this would happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Or then it drugged out to where it started bringing out our family backgrounds and everybody backgrounds, which make it a mess. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm
Right.
still gonna pray for everybody on both sides because hell, sometimes us as females we be blindsided and done for men. But at the end of the day, right, wrong is wrong. And my niece need her justice. You know what? She need to she need to I don't think she's laying down comfortably until this is over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear
So
me?
We
It was easy to support your family because y'all went out and did the work. You understand? You protested. You did what you wanted to do in the case to make sure that she was not forgotten about or her case was just left on the table.
oh
Okay.
no, that's one
That
thing
was
we not gonna one thing that if one thing we weren't gonna do, we was gonna stand on that. And a lot of things that y'all did not know that a lot of us we didn't say, like certain things we couldn't say, or we wanted to say, but we couldn't say because every time we had said something, they'll switch it up and change it around, and it was just getting out of hand. So now we have to, sit back. We got to sit back because we knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
knew it was coming.
right.
That day, Ebony, you came out. And we ain't tell nobody. We ain't tell nobody. That day was grand jury day. We didn't tell nobody.
Wait a minute. The day that I came to the protest.
Yes, that was our grand jury day.
Okay. You want to know? Let me tell you something, right? So I didn't know nobody out there except for you. But when I was out there, I knew something was going on
Mm-hmm.
because I saw it was a gentleman out there. I'm sure he was a family of yours. And I saw him talking to what he looked like an attorney or somebody. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm very observant. I was so looking like something going on. But I knew y'all couldn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm
We were just because it was getting out of hand with the worldwide where everybody was just making assumptions. Oh, this is how you say they make say one thing and then make a rumor and then it just go out of hand, and that ain't what we wanted at that. That ain't what my sister, let me say that, wanted at that time. She wanted
right,
everything not this. Hey, everybody, and that's her child. And she get to say the last word of anything, you
Mm-hmm.
know
right,
that was
right,
going on. You know what I'm saying? And anything that came to me, I always told my sister. I never hold it. I even got cussed out a couple of times. Y'all know, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And I get it. And then, like I told her, this your daughter. But and then they just don't argue with them folks. When I first started, I was like, what? I'm
Right.
pissed.
You
I'm
was in
mad.
the trenches.
I'm hurt. But then my sister told me, and she always, was a gadding or whatever, and say, "Sus, put your big girl panties on. I need you." And I'm like, "Yeah, you right. Let me get back on point. Let me cry myself out and let me get focused." And we did a
Right,
lot of back work with a lot of other people doing a lot of back work. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And you know, we y'all standing on business, trust and believe. They was like, they ain't doing this, we ain't doing this, baby. We was doing the work.
And,
Trust me, we
and
was.
let me say this too, y'all. I just gotta say this, y'all, and I'm not done. I'm gonna be going live all day for the rest of the damn week and weekend. Okay, about this shit because I let me say something, and I know the family don't like to hear this name, so I ain't gonna say the person's name. I'm gonna just say for
Nappy head.
for the person that has been running around here telling lies, clear lies, and not only lying but manipulating people that actually believe y'all or this person by saying that this case was over. I'm smart enough to know that they're not going to throw a murder case out like that. But it's really people out here that was believing that fool.
Just like they believed him about that tape.
About the tape. Well, it's common sense that he's not going to have that. So, but what I do want to say though is you gonna get yours too for playing on a situation like this for profit.
For obstruction of justice, like I told his ass in the beginning. But
step by step, one by one, baby. Step by step, one by one. Just remember what I said. Step by step, one by one.
Yeah.
May as well deactivate that YouTube channel. May as well deactivate it because it's built on lies.
Let him keep talking till he talk his way into jail, like she did.
Yep. But I do, while Auntie is up here, I don't know what you can say and what you can't say because I know it's probably some things you can't say.
We got court tomorrow. I mean, y'all know we finna fill that motherfucking courtroom the fuck up. You hear me?
I wanted to ask you. Okay, so you got court tomorrow. What time?
10 a.m.
Now is she gonna be there? So y'all.
She got picked up already, y'all.
Yeah. I sure been looking for her mugshot. I can't find it yet, but they probably
it'll be in there.
They'll probably gotta process her in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they went to go.
We are joyful. We are happy. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this really took a big effect on our family. Right. When I say it took a big effect, it was just like not the fact of her dying. The fact of it has been on YouTube, Instagram, walking in the store, somebody talking about it everywhere we go. We like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of people don't know. It's a lot of us on both sides. So, you know, when people get to talking and don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, we got to hold our composure in because what we want to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? We want to make the right choices and the right steps and think, you know, about what's going on, what's going to happen and stuff like that. Like a lot of things we couldn't say. A lot of things me and everybody else in the whole family has to bite their tongue on because, you know, people got to realize that it was our loved one that is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all over, you know, and people just dog her out for the wrong reasons and not knowing a 5-minute or 3-second video of her with her baby daddy into it. You can't judge her like that.
Right.
No. So that's what made me start talking. Y'all not finna judge her like that because that's not who she was. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can't judge off nobody else because everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of times that I have to tell my daughter too. You know, it took a hurt on everybody. I mean, it's like we got stabbed so much in our chest with this that it hurts, you know. And my sister just want peace. She want peace. She told everybody, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. I want peace. I want justice for my daughter, and that's what we want to give her.
Yeah.
Right.
And the fight is not over, y'all.
That's
beginning.
That's what I was getting at too. Next is that
what courthouse is the case being heard at?
26 in California.
26 in California.
Trina, you gotta go and represent for us.
Girl,
it's gonna be tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So but see, you know what, this is really turned to a lot of people are saying it's not high profile. I've heard people saying that, but this is a lightweight high profile case.
Yes,
especially I mean it's all over social media. So I would hope that they're selective with who they let in the courtroom though.
No, they cannot discriminate who comes in the courtroom first.
Oh man.
They can't. Okay.
I'm sure.
Man,
family can get in. That immediate family is in the courtroom. I'm sure they're going to try to make sure of that. But anybody is first come, first serve. It's a public court, so
Okay.
don't come in there trying to record or none of that because you know
Well,
it's
that's not legal, right? They don't even. Matter of
Just
fact,
take
at
notes.
26,
Y'all just take notes, Upper
at-
and Trina.
at 26 in California, though, you can't even get into the courtroom with a phone. They make you take your phone out, your code off, and they literally you have to turn your phone in before you even go into a courtroom at that courthouse. Yeah, you can't even take it in there.
well, but
Y'all
thanks for
can
letting
have
me know.
notebook and pad.
I wanted to finish playing Tia, but
Oh
then
yeah, because we didn't get
I did want to say that I think that this case, I want to say this case is really important too, and the people fighting for this case as well as the family fighting, because this right here, this situation right here was scary for me. Not just the situation, but the after effect of the situation, because it really blew my mind to see how many people actually thought that what the girl did was legal.
exactly.
That's scary to me, because I can't believe that. First of all, I was very shocked that I started seeing people support Holly anyway. That was shocking in itself. But then it became even more shocking to me that just from listening to different people, that there are people out here that think that they legally can shoot somebody in the midst of an argument or a fight. And I'm I just can't, but it's going to be a lot of y'all in the same situation that Holly is in. If you think that you could pull out a gun and take somebody's life in a fight, not only was it a fight, y'all, but it was a fight that I'm not even gonna get into details, but
I still don't believe it was a fight. I need to see proof.
well, I was gonna say that I was gonna change. I was gonna say not a fight, but there was a disagreement happening. Okay, but even if it was a fight, or even if it was anything,
Where was
the law is
Where-
very clear. The law is very clear when it speaks on proportionality.
Yes.
You cannot bring a weapon to a fist fight. You cannot bring a weapon to an argument. And then also you also cannot provoke or antagonize someone to fight with you and then turn around and shoot them, because then that also makes you meditate.
Yeah.
the things that she was saying and doing, any reasonable person will want to kick her ass. Okay. I'm a licensed healthcare professional, licensed substitute teacher. You call DCFS playing with my kids, want to play on this phone with me, baby? I'm not gonna be feeling you. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm gonna do something, but I'm gonna be looking at you like, bitch, you want a problem. And orders of protection are not supposed to, people know when you come into court and try to use them. That's why the judge never granted her the emergency order. She went in there in December and did not get an order until June.
Hey, Trina, I'm not sure, but someone said that Tia Ewing, the woman we about to listen to, she's gonna speak on that. And I think the person told me that Tia Ewing said that order is not accurate. Now I haven't watched Tia Ewing yet. We're about to watch it, but they say she's gonna bring it up on
Let
this.
me find out.
Huh?
Let me find out.
Yeah, because we finna listen to her now because I didn't get a chance to watch her yet. So we finna hear everything when Upper play it. Cause baby, if that is bogus, oh, it's going down.
Yeah, because I had
Interview. I have stayed on top of.
Okay, she finna play it. I'm my mute.
No, I was gonna let Trina finish what she was saying real quick.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Trina.
I was going over the case status. You know what I mean? And then I was like, damn, how did I miss that? They say she was served in open court. What the fuck? How? But then I was like, okay, they have her address listed as the Skokie courthouse. We all know she don't live in the Skokie courthouse. You know, it was just a whole lot of madness to that. You know what I'm saying? I really, hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I really think they was trying to pull it with us.
Mhm.
And people wasn't going. The people was not going. If this girl had to kill someone, where is her physical evidence that she needed to kill somebody? The girl ain't got a scratch on her. She refused medical attention.
Because she wasn't hurt, and she wasn't hurt. She wasn't in danger, and she shot her because she. Let me say this. It's one thing that is very. I'm getting ready to play Tia though. After I say this, one thing that is really telling is that in the article that I just read from Fox News 32 that was posted a few hours ago, it says in that article that family members believe that Holly obtained certain orders of protection and certain paperwork as a paper trail because she possibly knew she was going to do this. Now, let me say this. For it to say that in an article, and the fact that they made it a point to put that in the article, is a clue that could be somewhat true. I believe that because I didn't notice she got the order of protection December 2024. That's just
went in to first get an order of protection in December of 2024. Died all the way up until June of 2025. And then 90 days later, she kills Romika.
And you mean to tell me that's not a coincidence?
It's absolutely not a coincidence. And then during the whole time she has this order, she's making I would never ever videos, calling DCFS, all of this stuff that will antagonize a person, like I said, to at least have a heated conversation with you. Like, what is your problem?
Right.
You know, and then
let me go ahead and play Tia real quick though.
Start at the beginning up.
Start it over.
I mean, I didn't even. I mean, you don't have to.
Well, let me start it from. Let me see.
What's happening? We are working really fast to update the web story, but I'll get to explain to you what just took place. Hold on one second. Hello. Hold on. Okay. So now that I have your attention, a lot of you are asking the question, hey, you posted an old article. What is going on? You're saying that there is a charge against Quadeja Holly Johnson. Hold on, let me close this door. See, I hear all the rigmarole of the newsroom. Hold on a second. So a lot of people are saying, Tia, you shared this old article. Are you sure this is indeed true? So we are working on updating that article that I posted. So that is why I have it there. What happened, let me kind of walk you through what's transpired. So I was working on something completely different. There is a Justice for Romika Blackman page that exists on social media. And I have been tagged in that several times asking for me to do another story. Well, there was no update to provide for another story, so I took it upon myself to then make sure that I did the work of the people, which is to ask the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, is there any updates on this case? I actually did get a response, and in fact, I posted that response in this group yesterday. And it basically said what I heard back, that they were still investigating, that there was no new news. Well, at approximately 3:25 today, I got a phone call from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office on my personal cell phone that I use also as my work phone to say that Quadeja Holly Johnson has indeed been charged and will appear in court tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So this is not made up. This is not fabricated. This is directly from the source in which I received a phone call. Over the course of September, when this happened, September 8th, I think is the exact date when this happened, I did do a story later on in the month of September with the family of Romika went to their home, sat down with them, talked to them. I also heard from family and advocates of Quadeja Johnson saying that, you know, she wanted to clear her name. Apparently she had gotten a lawyer, and I told that person that, you know, she wants to clear her name, and, you know, she's saying that it was the other way around, that she was the person that was being stalked, etc. That this platform, Fox 32, would be available for her to be able to speak. That never happened. I never had the opportunity to interview Quadeja and hear her side of things, but that is what I know was the circumstances. And in fact, the family member told me that she was instructed from her lawyer not to speak, to let this play out. But I still left that door open for the, you know, the possibility, the probability that she may want to come here at Fox 32 and air out what she felt was, you know, wrong for people to keep saying that she deserved to be charged. With that being said, since that airing of my story, which I think was September 23rd, was the very first time I personally had a hand in telling the story of Romeka Blackman, telling the story of her son who's left behind, whose birthday was literally coming up, I think the day after that interview. I have stayed on top of finding out if charges were coming. Because one of the questions people had is, how do you just shoot somebody like that, you know, based on what witnesses saw? Some witnesses did not want to come forward, and I think in part because maybe they knew it would be a day that they would have to tell what they saw in court. Understandably, you don't want to talk to the news if you're going to be in a witness box. And so, yes, it is indeed true that at 3:25 p.m. today, I received a call from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, one of their spokespersons who's been there for years, who said, hey, I'm calling you because she has been charged. I know you've been emailing pretty much on a weekly basis. I'm giving it to you now, letting you know what's happening. So yes, it is true. The article that is linked is currently old, will be updated, and that's why I linked it, the previous story. But if you stay with that previous story, you will see here shortly, as our web team is working to update that story so that the new information is out there. This is breaking news. And as you know, in a breaking news situation, a lot of times things are still developing. And in this case, this has not been written up. What I can tell you is that I did indeed take to air the information that was provided to me from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, and it did go on TV. So they're updating that news article online, like I said, at this minute. She is charged with first-degree murder. The details of what has, you know, transpired between now, you know, when it happened and now, and what they found out will be forthcoming. We do see, which I think is very interesting. Let me tell you this information that we did just get. Our assignment editor here at the station did just send me, the sheriff's office put out some information about, you know, trying to serve, let me go through this real quick. So they did attempt to, deliver what they say are order of protections from the plaintiff, which was Quadeja Johnson, to Romeka Blackman. And they made an attempt on July 14th of 2025 to serve her, July of 15th of 2025, unsuccessful, all of these. July 16th, July 18th, August 14th, and then October 2nd, which we all know she was not alive then.
So as you all heard, Tia Ewing state, after looking over the documentation, Romeka was not served. Trina, you were right. Romeka was not served. From what I'm hearing, it seems that she had several attempts to be served, but she was not served all the way up until her unaliving. So this is why it's so important to to sometimes content creators are not right. And one of the things
Well, Upper, one moment. This is very important what she stated, because if what Tia is saying is correct, which is what I was initially saying and reading through the case summary, why the judge entered somebody, the clerk or the judge, entered incorrect information to make it seem as if it's that order was granted.
Wow.
Something went on in that courthouse. And I'm going to go over that case summary, and I got everything printed out. So I'm going to put on 4-5 glasses, because that's very important.
And
That's
she
very
said
important.
2025.
And
Did
because
y'all hear
if they're saying that she was served in open court in June, it's no way possible they're still looking to serve her in July, August, and even up to October
Of 2025.
2025, correct?
Wow.
Because Holly got the initial order in December of 2024. And I just found it strange. And that girl went off, and Quadre went off talking about Romika was in court on Zoom, and she said all this and that, and they got the court transcripts. See, they liable. You see what they doing to people. That's on
Chicago is known for being crooked.
Yes. Crook County, Illinois. I told you guys, I've had politicians say that they had orders of protection on me. I've had the case moved to Harrison and found out it was never any order granted. They just walking around with a petition like they own one. Okay? And people do that malicious stuff because they want to do something to you. And in my case, some politicians, the bitch, she wanted to do something to me because I exposed them. And I had them feds on their ass. And I ain't got no problem with it. But go ahead, Upper.
Okay. I'm glad you pointed that out, because I think it's a lot of stuff that's going to come out with this case, because that is mighty strange that the paperwork is showing that she was never served.
Yeah. And then 2025, because that other paper said 2024, the one that's out here floating around. But Tia's saying 2025, all the way up to October the 2nd of 2025. And we know Romika was passed away by that time.
Yeah.
So she never was served.
Let me finish playing what Tia said. And one last thing I want to kind of throw in there. For the people that was talking about how because she didn't go to jail the day that she was arrested, that means that the case was not being taken seriously, and the case is going to be closed, and they're just allowing the family to grieve. Y'all got to be a fool. Y'all got to be a fool. There's so many cases. I just told y'all about a murder case that just a young man here in Chicago unalived his own 6-month-old child, returned the baby back to the mama with a blanket over the car seat. The mama didn't even know the baby was unalived until about an hour later, when she took the blanket off of the baby. And the man tried to say that he returned the baby back alive. The mama was saying that no, he couldn't have returned the baby back alive. The baby had bruises and everything. So that man unalived that baby and was out for almost a year, over a year. He just got charged. So I just use that as an example to let y'all know, please be careful who y'all listen to when it comes to facts and the law, because that is the biggest lie ever told, that just because somebody was not taken to jail the day of the crime that they will not be charged. That is not true. It's not true. And as a matter
What
of fact,
about the one you just did, Upper, with the girl that flew out to the woman's house? That was in 2022, and she just got sentenced in what, a couple days ago?
just got sentenced on the 26th of
Yeah,
November.
3 years
So,
later.
so moving forward, when y'all look at these different cases online and stuff like that, don't be discouraged and think that there's been a miscarriage of justice because a person isn't in jail immediately. Justice delayed is not justice denied, and that's a fact. Now let me go ahead and finish playing what Tia said, because I'm glad that we're playing this because I didn't hear her say that initially. So I can't wait for Trina to come back and go live and go back over on their court situation. I mean, order protection situation, because that was and let me say this, that was one of the driving factors of the people that were in support of Holly. That's one of the things that they were really harping on. She knew she had an order of protection. She had an order. Let me say, it don't matter if she had an order of protection or not. You cannot kill somebody because you have an order of protection. I don't even know what the point of that argument was. But Holly supporters keep Holly free. Their whole thing that they were trying to drive was, well, she knew she was breaking the law. She had an order of protection. But from what we're hearing, this reputable news anchor from the city of Chicago, who is a very reputable news anchor, that's why when she posted that on her page, I knew it had to be true. She's sitting here telling y'all that the girl was never served. So who y'all gonna believe? A rinky-dink YouTuber, or you gonna believe Tia Ewing? Your choice. You decide.
So all of these details, I'm sure, will come out in court. All of these details will be interesting to see, what did the Cook County State's Attorney's Office find out, since September. So September, October, November, here we are 2 months late, 3 months later, almost, pretty much 3 months later, almost 3 months to the day, by towards the end of this week, almost midweek, or I should say, yeah, between now.
Let me see why it stopped like that. Hold on. I think that's her froze.
December, what did they find out in that time that changed all of this? So yes, we did receive this information. We, again, are updating our website. This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is pretty.
Team Holly, pick y'all lips up off the floor. The next thing y'all gonna want to argue with us about is the fact that she's been charged, but she won't be convicted. I'm willing to bet my whole YouTube channel that bitch is going to prison.
Pretty much, I would
be the next thing Team Holly want to fight about. Oh, she's not gonna, the charges, she's not gonna go to prison. Yes, she is. She going for a very long time too.
Go to air with something like this, and it's not true. And I don't play about, someone being charged, except that's not a game to me. My job in covering deaths, killings, murders, injustices, that's not something that I play with. So I would never post something like that without it being true. And in fact, the article is updated. And so I will have that update in that previous article that many of you have already clicked on. So if you stay with it, that will be updated here soon. So no, I don't play about stuff like that. I take my job seriously, and I stayed on top of this case because, honestly, to be truthful with you, many of you were responsible for that because you were emailing me consistently to make sure that I did. And so that's my job. That's my job for you to call me out and say, hey, did you email? Hey, what did you find out? And I don't have a problem with that. And in fact, I'll tell you, let me go through this. I'll give you the actual dates of emails in which
I think this is where she about to bring up the Justice for Romika group, I think.
started email, and then I got to run. Because I emailed about a lot of different things. So I want to make sure I'm telling the absolute truth about everything. Okay. So I emailed the day I did the story. Then I emailed September 30th saying, hey, good afternoon. I'm emailing to see if you can confirm if Podasia Holly Johnson has been charged. Had not happened. Emailed again.
Hold on, I gotta stop this right here because I want to say something real quick that I forgot to say. A lot of y'all owe Keys News Network a big fat apology. A big fat apology. The way that y'all sat around and drug Keys, let me tell y'all something. The auntie was just up here on my panel. Auntie said that the grand jury was held the day that I went out there for the protest. Keys has been telling y'all damn near since day one that there was going to be a grand jury held. And y'all called him a liar. And y'all said he didn't know what he was talking about. And y'all called him fat and nasty and drug him on YouTube and Facebook and doxed him and everything else because y'all didn't like what he had to say. Mad because he said that it was going to be a grand jury. Y'all called him a conspiracy theorist. Y'all said he was a liar. Y'all said he didn't know what he was talking about. Y'all said he's full of shit. Y'all said he's not reputable. And right now, on today, Auntie just sat on my panel and said a grand jury was held. A lot of y'all owe that man an apology because y'all said that there was going to be no grand jury and that Keys didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But it looks to me like y'all need to be getting down on your knees and issuing Keys News Network an apology. Big shout out to Keys News Network because Keys said it first. Keys said it first. Y'all probably not going to apologize, but he definitely said it first. Months ago. Months ago.
He came and said what's going on and what's going wrong.
What's going on and what's going wrong. Shout out to Big Keys. I think I seen him in the where he at?
Keys, shout out to
the Keys News Network because y'all tried to villainize this man. Y'all pulled up his family members, pulled up and tried to say that he was doing weird shit with kids, lying on them, all because the man only wanted to put the truth out. He said initially that he didn't know what to believe. The case was new. So he was struggling in between trying to figure out what was what. But then when he finally figured out what was what, he decided he's going for justice for Romika because of what he had researched. That man came out. I wish I could get a clip. I wish I could find a clip where he said there is going to be a grand jury. And y'all said
he put it out for us when he said it.
So when it come to Keys, we don't want to hear what none of y'all got to say no more.
Nope.
He proved y'all wrong. And y'all probably never be big enough to apologize to that man. But he proved y'all wrong. He was 150% right. Before anybody knew about anything. Auntie just sat up here and said it was a grand jury held right before the holidays. A lot of y'all owe that man an apology, but let me carry on.
Saying, hey, good afternoon. Any updates on this? That was October 8th. Emailed right before in early November. Any updates on this case? No updates. And then I emailed again on Monday because of you guys, which was December 1st. You asked the question in this group, calling for justice. You guys emailed and said, hey, any updates? You guys were asking me to see if there were any updates. And I emailed and said, happy holidays. Any updates on this case? I have received an.
Also, Key's going to be live tonight at 7:15 Central on his channel. So that's in a few minutes. So I'm just going to hold y'all up until he go live. And then I'm going to hop off because he most definitely earned his bragging rights. And I hope he talk a whole lot of shit tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Absorbent amount of emails and posts on this today from supporters. And that was on the first that I sent the email. I got a response on the first, but did not see it. It was in my email at 1:47 p.m., but for whatever reason, I did not see it. And it said this, no, Tia, hey, Tia, hi, Tia, no updates, still a continuing investigation, hope all is well. And that was the last correspondence. I responded on Tuesday, which was yesterday, saying, thank you as always, happy holidays. And then today, that person who I also have a cell phone for called me from their cell phone to let me know what I'm presenting to you today. That charges a charge of murder, first-degree murder, has been imposed against Quadeja Holly Johnson and the death of Romika Blackman. So that is how it all transpired. I believe in being very transparent. I have nothing to hide about this. I believe as a reporter, my job is to work for the people. I know a lot of reporters don't work like that. They get all caught up in, being on TV. That stuff doesn't mean anything to me. I would do this job if I was never on TV, because I believe in working for the people, whatever that looks like. If you get a tax bill that's wrong and it's ridiculous and it doesn't make sense, call Tia Ewing up. I'm cool with that. If you see something, you're driving down the street and you see it and police say it's something different than what you saw, call me. If you want me to press an agency because they're not getting back to you because they feel like you're a nobody, call me. I will have that microphone and camera in their face in no time. So I got into this to make sure that I'm a soldier for the people. I have no problem with that, because that's what I got into it for. I believe this is public service. And yes, it is a job presented in a public platform on TV, but I work as a public servant. Without people, supporting you on the news, giving you stories, holding you accountable, then you don't have a job. So I have no problems with being posted in the page. And like I told you guys from the beginning, no, I can't bring charges. That's not something I can do. I'm not a lawyer. I don't work for the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. And the same way that I gave the family of Romika Blackman a platform, I would love to hear what Quadeja Holly Johnson has to say for herself. I would love to hear it. I'm very curious to know what she has to say for herself and what has happened during all of this time. So I've only heard from family from her. I've never heard from her directly. And I do know that she has a lawyer. I also know that she apparently has a concealed carry. So that may have played into this. But again, we will find all of this out in court at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here in the Chicago area. She will be in court tomorrow. So if you watch this later and you're watching this back, you're like, what's happening?
I seen Bam Bam in the chat and said, I'm just logging in. Is this true? This is true. Quadeja Holly Johnson has been charged with first-degree murder in the murder of Romika Meeks Blackman. She was actually, according to the auntie, picked up yesterday. Am I correct, Ebony? Did she say?
No, she was picked up today.
She was picked up today. Court is tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
on 26 in California.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna try my best to make. Let's finish playing this.
Tomorrow here in the Chicago area is Thursday. 11 a.m. she will be in court, and there are no cameras allowed in the courtroom. So anything that happens, a reporter has to be in that courtroom to hear it. And then lawyers, etc., family usually comes out and talk after the fact. So that is what we know. That's the information. And by the way, the state's attorney's office would never call me to say someone is charged and they don't know it. Now, I will tell you, I called the family right away to let them know they had not heard about this yet. I broke that news to them. There were tears. There were tears over the phone about this. So that is what we know. We do not have a mugshot yet for her. And when I say for her, I'm talking about Quadeja Johnson. We don't have a mugshot of her yet. We called the Chicago Police Department and contacted the Cook County Sheriff's Department. But usually if you have a court date of 11 a.m. and they've already set that, you're usually already in custody. So we will see what happens. This is a story that we will watch very closely. I will post the link to our current story in this video. But if you haven't seen it yet, you can go up above this video right here and you'll see, actually it will be below, correction. The story will be below and you will be able to see it. So go check it out. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know there were a lot of questions. You felt like you were left in the dark, and hopefully I was able to fill in those gaps for you.
Let me show y'all real quick before I get up off here who this girl threw her life away for. This girl threw her life away and is gonna miss her baby's first Christmas. Threw her whole life away. She only 31 years old. Hold on, let's pull this up. Over this nigga here. He really, this nigga here is who she threw her life away for. This guy. I want you ladies to beware. Now, Keys call him Candyman Los. And I kind of understand why, because when I see him, when I look at him, I see evil. I see evil. And obviously everything on this channel is alleged. However, I just really wouldn't be surprised if he was next. I wouldn't be surprised if he was next.
Look, that was less than 24 hours ago, good.
Was it? Show was. Thank you, I'm chosen for that super sticker. Show was. But y'all been seeing the behaviors online. He's been spazzing out, and Holly been making posts on YouTube and taking them down because they knew it was coming.
Yep.
Because wait, what did Auntie say? Because I gotta play it back. But didn't Auntie say that she got called in for questioning this morning,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And they didn't let her go. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened.
So we just gotta wait for the mugshot, y'all. I'm gonna be checking periodically for the mugshot. She probably still in processing. I don't know how long that takes.
It'll probably be maybe
It's
a
just
couple
as
hours.
up as the family. Because I bet you she walked in there thinking she was going to walk right on out.
Yes, she did.
Oh yeah.
She walked in there thinking they was going to tell her the case is closed. They say, clink, clink.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Q walking around talking about some big news coming up, y'all. Yeah, we got the big news.
Big news. Yeah, because they probably thought that too, that she was going in and they were gonna tell her case closed, because we were coming up on the 90-day marker.
Mm-hmm.
But
I want to know
unfortunately,
what her
she
silly
walked
ass
in.
was doing.
I wanted, did she have them custom made shoestrings on that she had on for Thanksgiving?
Girl, you ain't gonna see them custom made Tims for a long time. And listen, Holly, I know you're not listening, but I know your family in them is. Listen, Holly, you know you can't take no GUN in the jail cell. Now you were scared to fight Romika. You gonna have to fight up in Cook County is a motherfucker too. I don't know if you're gonna make it. That's some, you got to be rough to make it in Cook County. I don't know if this. I just seen somebody in the thing. She might get bail. She might. We'll see if she can meet the bail. I hope they set it very high.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna have to sell their house, put their house up.
Listen, for first-degree murder, I highly doubt that she would just get what they call a signature bond.
Hell no.
Or they have bondsmen here.
What you think, Trina?
Because
it's gonna be high.
The new Safe Act is terrible. If she does not have any priors, which I checked her background, that was violent or dealt in murders, they're going to give her a bond. Hopefully she won't get an I bond. But they're going to give her a bond.
Yeah, but we don't know how much. We don't know how much it's going to be. He said she got taken in at 12 p.m. today.
Let's just speak it.
If they think she's going to run, which I think she's a runner, they're not going to give her a bond. I think she's a runner.
Yeah, but don't she got some background where she was like toting a GUN out wherever she stayed at? Well, I'ma just speak this into existence. Her bond is gonna be $6.3 million.
No matter what her bond is, okay, even if they give her an I bond, she's going to jail. And I doubt if they give her a bond, she's not going to get an I bond because she's been free all this time. And they're going to say their argument is going to be because she was free all this time and she hasn't run so far, but she was out of town. And it is pictures of her. He's saying that she was out of town and has a right to go out of town.
Family reunion.
I checked, when you're under investigation, they tell you don't leave town.
But guess what, y'all? Even if she get a bond, Trina, even if she do get a bond and she can make the bond, guess what? She's still being charged for first-degree murder.
Yes, officially charged. That's all. I don't care if she gets a bond or not. Bonds be revoked and people go to jail with bonds all day long. Who gives
I don't
dang
want
on.
her to get a bond because I don't want her to have Christmas at home
Then
and try to rub it in
up,
people's faces.
show up at the courtroom. You have a right to protest silently in the court, holding a sign that says no bond.
No bond. Y'all show up there tomorrow.
Everybody show up
No bond.
with a sign that says no bond. Do not speak in the courtroom, but definitely hold your sign up saying no bond.
Yeah. No bond.
Okay, so check this out, y'all. Check this out. So I just pulled up some information. It says here in Chicago, Illinois, cash bail has been eliminated as of September 18, 2023, under the Illinois Safety Act. A person charged with first-degree murder is no longer given a monetary bond. Instead, they may be subject to a pretrial detention hearing to determine if they should be held in jail without release conditions. Now, a pretrial release for first-degree murder. The court system in Illinois now uses a pretrial release system that focuses on the defendant's risk to public safety and likelihood of appearing in court rather than their ability to pay. So a detention hearing for serious charges like first-degree murder, the prosecution can file a motion for a detention hearing. Burden of proof. During this hearing, the judge determines if the defendant poses a specific real or present threat to a person or the community, or has a high likelihood of willful flight. The prosecution must present evidence to meet this standard. Now, I think that she possibly does pose
if you look like that in front of a school, you have in public way on 22nd and Cermak, right in front of that school, you are a danger to the public. She gave a fuck less about public.
She did that at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And she also to touch Aruba, Jamaica.
And also where does she live at?
She lives in
Waukegan or something, right?
Yeah, I believe.
So that means that she doesn't have any ties to the community, meaning Chicago.
I don't even know if she lives in Waukegan. I feel like I saw something.
But she don't live in Chicago though, right?
No.
Because they ask, those be some of the questions they ask. Does this person, like Trina said, is there a flight risk? Do they have any ties to the community? Meaning, do she live in Chicago? Do she work in Chicago? Do she have any family in Chicago? And if those answers are no, then she's a danger. I wish we had time to write the judge or email the judge, because each judge has their own private secretary. It don't matter what state it is, and we can all write the judge. The family can.
Oh, she does live in Waukegan.
So then that means she doesn't have any.
Is Waukegan Will County?
I don't know.
Or is
what county that?
I don't think it's Cook County.
Yeah, it can't be Cook County. If it's what county is that, you guys? Somebody
Lake County. Lake County. Because this Lake County, because Keys call her the terror of Lake County.
So that means she don't have any ties to Cook County then.
Okay. So now so
she's charged.
Cases in Cook County. So they're going by, the Safety Act of Cook County. I believe the Safety Act covers the whole of Illinois.
But then also the crime was committed in Cook County. It don't matter where she lives.
Definitely committed in Cook County. And so all these threats that's been going to Ebony and Freddie from this crazy lady, like that's going to be taken serious as well, because we now have charges in first-degree murder in which you're making threats to people who are possible witnesses, family members, things of that sort. That's a crime.
Advocates.
Or, not to mention the federal cyberbullying.
I wanted to say, as far as the bond situation that we were just talking about, y'all, in the chat. So we do see that Illinois doesn't give cash bail. So what we will be banking on in order for her not to be released is a detention hearing. Now, what Trina just said made a lot of sense. Now, if my opinion, you shooting around in a school zone, in my opinion, that is a danger to the community, just like Trina said. But then also, from what I've been watching on different people's channels, Key's channels, is that she does have a prior history with guns. So it, you know, I just will. It'll be interesting to see. But to be honest with y'all, whether they let her out or not, at the end of the day, the bitch going to jail. It just don't even matter.
Yeah,
She going to jail. But let me play this. She going to prison. I mean, but let me play this.
Doesn't stop there. We just got this update on a fatal shooting that happened back in September in the South Loop. Quadeja Holly Johnson is now charged with first-degree murder in the death of Romika Blackman. Johnson and Blackman share children with the same man, and we do know that man was also at the scene when the shooting happened. Johnson was initially taken into custody, but then released shortly after the shooting. Johnson is set to appear in court tomorrow at 11 in the morning, and we will definitely bring you any updates as we get them on this story. A very busy day here in our newsroom. Sylvia.
Tracy said, who had no custom Tim's upper?
Because look, I had people on my live like, I'm gonna wait and see if it's official. I'm like, shit, Tia ain't finna risk her home out in Orland and shit, playing around with this girl.
Upper. I think that's the fake Freddie in your chat. I think I'm not sure.
Freddie said, Freddie say nobody finna do shit that we already know that.
Is that the real Freddie or the fake Freddie?
They say the fake Freddie is in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I think. The one that said ain't nobody gonna do shit to me.
Just like Holly wasn't going to jail. Girl, shut your ass up.
Exactly.
Shut your ass
that's
up.
The fake Freddie, because she got to keep Holly free. Get her out of here.
Well, what you still saying that for? The bitch is locked up. Wait. It ain't keep her free because she was apprehended this morning at 12 p.m. So you may as well just let that shit go.
Let it go.
Let it go. She ain't no more keep Holly free.
Yeah,
I
know that's not Freddie. I said that Meek supporter.
I'll be waiting, Trina. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people wait. Girl, don't play with me.
If I have any
look, hold on. Let me be clear. Bitch, I had them feds at your motherfucking door. Now you ask these local politicians about it. Ask the motherfuckers in power. Will I have them people at your goddamn door? I had them people at your door. You won't be going out your front door or your back door, bitch. Don't play with me.
Upper, did you ban her?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna jump off of here, you guys. I'm very, very happy that that justice was
she tried to come here and
now you know it's gonna be some bitter Bettys running around YouTube because they mad that they was wrong. You're gonna have all of these supporters in the chats trying to argue about whether or not she's gonna go home for Christmas or whether at the end of the day, y'all was wrong about her being charged.
First-degree murder.
First degree, y'all was wrong about that. And if anybody is going to be running around here saying that the charges are going to be dropped, you wrong about that too. That girl is going to be convicted. She's going to prison, just like we told y'all. Now a lot of us deserve an apology because a lot of folk been running around talking about, are we smarter than a sixth grader? It looked to me like we are. It looked like we knew what we was talking about. Exactly. Now I'm about to go ahead and end this live, y'all. Keys will be live.
He's gonna go live, y'all, in about 15-20 minutes.
House, you can record in the comment area, just not in the courtroom. So hallways, outside, all good. In the courtroom, no. So if you see her peoples in the hallway, oh baby, they can go on live.
Yep. Oh, this the real Freddie right here.
Where?
Justice for me.
Justice for me.
She said I'm the real Freddie. I posted her comment on the I pinned her comment.
Oh yeah.
Not somebody running around
There's
pretending to
a
be.
way of every profile playing.
That girl
Yeah.
Amara posted that she get $8,000 a month off YouTube. Maybe she'll support her for life.
That's the next thing we're gonna go after. The fake
No,
Freddie.
Let's see if she gonna give us some money towards commissary.
yeah, because she ain't gonna get her nothing but some chips.
Y'all better get that money.
Okay, y'all, I gotta get up off here. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing some more lives. I know that Melisha went live not too long ago. I'm gonna check out the replay. Keep on live in a few minutes. Harmony just dropped a video. Harmony Speaks. Go check out Harmony Speaks video.
Hey, Carrie.
Harmony also is Team Romika, and she has been since the beginning. And
Shout out to Ashley Chat too. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Ashley Chats also is Team Romika, and Ashley I think just posted a video, but I wasn't able to watch it because I was live, so I'm gonna go check her. I got to check out all of y'all.
There goes Freddie right there, the real Freddie. Justice for me.
Hey.
So I'm about to jump off y'all because I got to do something, and I don't want to miss Keys live. He'll be live.
I gotta get prepared right quick.
So up and
my girl might be going live.
Y'all echo me.
I say if you see me tomorrow at court, make sure you introduce yourself.
Oh, I definitely will. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all go represent now for us.
And this is ironic because I said the next time I had this puppet, she was going to go to jail. And the first puppet.
Oh yeah, Bam Bam. Shout out to Queen Step too. Queen Step also.
Yeah, I said Queen Step. Queen Step, y'all. Y'all know
I don't want to miss Cree's Conversation Lounge.
Oh yeah. I miss her and Harmony.
Harmony, Cree's Conversation Lounge, me, Trina.
Cold Peace.
Who? Open Book. Open Book.
Cold Peace.
Roy.
Cold Peace.
Miss D.
Yeah, I said Miss D.
If I missed anybody, charge it to my head, not my heart.
Criminal Villains.
It's been a lot of people. When you let me just say this, and this is just gonna be common sense too.
All the supporters.
When you see so many people in support of one person, there's so many.
I said Miss D, Brittany. I'm sorry, Upper.
We said Miss D. It was so many people in support of Romika. It wasn't that many people in support of Holly. When you use your damn common sense, the reason why it reminded me of another saga that I was covering not too long ago. When you got so many people in support of one person, most of the times it's because the other person is wrong. This case right here for me was never, I'm on the fence. From what I heard, from what the witnesses said, from the evidence that was provided, showed that this was not self-defense from jump. So I'm in that here, and I'm just so glad that finally, because the state of Illinois is, or the city of Chicago, something else, they don't often get it right, but it looks like this time they got it right. So shout out to Chicago, okay, because y'all took long enough. And I also want to say that this was a really important case. I said this before, but I want to end on this note too, because we have really important jobs as content creators. And a lot of times people try to discourage us by saying, y'all not news reporters, y'all not detectives. Why don't y'all just wait to see what the police going to do? No. You want to know why? Because our voices are important. These groups like the one that Ebony made is important. Social media pressure is important. What the heat that was put behind this case by the content creators, by the bloggers, by the people on Facebook, in my opinion, definitely did help. And what I want to say is that we have a really important job because we have to preach what's right on our channels. We have to do what's right. We can't just come on here and just say some shit because it's controversial or because we want to, stir some shit up. We have to do what's right because we have a responsibility and a following, even though it might not be the biggest following. So we want people to understand that what that young lady did was wrong. I can't get on my platform and support an action like that because that's telling the masses that what she did was okay, and maybe it'll be okay if you do it, but it's not okay if you do it. It was illegal. It was not only legally wrong, but it was morally wrong. It is not, and I also want to say this: upper echelon is not against defending yourself. I am all for self-defense. But what I am not for is antagonizing somebody in order to get them and bait them into attacking me so that I can kill them. That is murder, is what that is. It's murder. It's murder. So when people go around and say, so what? I mean, what? You're against self-defense? No, I'm not. I'm all for self-defense. Y'all see me walking a crime scene with my gat. You hear me?
Yep.
Definitely.
Definitely.
If you run up on me, it's definitely gonna be you every time. It's never gonna be me. I'm you know that. Don't let my degree fool you. I'm
I
still
was
from
watching your
Chicago.
back upper on that live too.
Right.
Usually I was in the live.
Don't let my degree fool you now. I'm still from Chicago. So it's
Okay.
always gonna be you, not me. But what I will say is I'm never going to try to put somebody in a situation to where they want to do something to me, because that's a bait. That's a bait. And that's low key like premeditation. So I wanted to say that to y'all. I do believe in self-defense, only when it's really self-defense. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. Shout out to everybody that
Wait,
came.
I wanted to say I forgot this one person, and I'm so sorry. I want to say also shout out to Queen C, because she
Oh
was
yeah.
also justice for Romika. You
Yep.
know, Miss
Queen Fee, break
Lasandra.
room.
Who else?
Break room.
Oh, okay. Break room. Definitely Queen Fee. Miss Lasandra, my ace boom boom Brittany, who helped me run the group. That was my other admin. She was always 10 toes down with me with running the group. So and everybody else, all the supporters. And thank you, Upper. Thank you, because when you took your stance for Romika, nobody could sway you in any way, and you did your homework. I like how you walked the crime scene. I like how you pulled up the maps. I like how you did your research. And that's a definition to me of a real content creator and a real blogger. So shout out to you, Upper.
Thank you so much, Renee.
Absolutely.
And I give you your accolades as well, you Trina, for sticking to y'all guns, because we were actually under a lot of heat too as content creators. Being y'all are being too. It had nothing to do with emotion. When I looked at this case, it had nothing to do with, okay, somebody lost their life and I'm so sad about it that I'm not thinking clearly. No, I knew what I was talking about, and a lot of us knew what we were talking about. And one thing, I don't know everything, but what I do know is the basics when it comes to the law. And I know that unless, especially in the city that I'm from, I know that you are not allowed to kill someone just because of, I don't care if you're in a physical fight and you lose it. It is illegal. Okay. So when I took my stance, it was not only based on the moral aspect of the case, but it was also based on the legal aspects of the case. Okay. The legal aspects. And we already went over all of the key factors that need to exist in order for you to be able to get off with unaliving somebody and claiming self-defense. And all of those factors did not exist in this murder. And that's why I knew that she was going to be charged. If y'all noticed, for the past couple of weeks, I've been quiet. The only reason I went live the other day, which was like day before yesterday, is because I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I didn't know it would be today, but I knew it was coming. So, you guys, make sure when you guys leave out, you like this video. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so you can be notified of the next time I go live, because I will be following this case very carefully, very closely.
And they will be there tomorrow.
Well, I'm a I don't want to make no promises, but that's the plan. That's the plan.
Or
And then
Trina.
Yeah.
Also, make sure that if you're not subscribed to this channel, that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel.
I'm gonna call the clerk and see if I can join the case remotely, because
Let me know, Trina, if you can.
I definitely will.
You know what, my Facebook is Upper Echelon, and it's the same logo as my YouTube logo.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely let you know. I'll let everybody know. You know what I mean? I'll do a live letting you guys, like I do other cases, you know, and make sure that I post the link and everything else. But I will definitely contact you directly as soon as I find out.
Okay, cool. I'll be waiting on you. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining the panel. I will see you guys in these YouTube streets. I know we got some more lives coming up tonight. Thanks for joining.
Yeah,
All right, see y'all in Keys Live.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Upper.
No problem. Okay, you guys, I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. Keys is going to be live in a minute, I think. And I'm going to catch any other content that I may have missed while I was live. Thank you for joining. I did a lot of talking, so I might have missed any super chats or super stickers that I got. But if you sent one, I greatly appreciate your support. Again, make sure that you hit the like button, the notification bell, and if you are in the bushes and you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Just understand, moving forward on any other case that I do cover, just know that when I do cover anything, my objective is to not only look at what's right from one aspect, but I look at what's morally right and what's legally right. In this case, in the unaliving of Romeka Meeks, what happened to her was not only illegal, but it was morally wrong. I want to end it on that. I want to really lay in on that. That is an evil spirit, a spirit of antagonism, a spirit of antagonism and antagonistic behavior. It's an evil spirit to sit there and antagonize in hopes that someone will attack you so that you can take their life. Now, Holly, you took a mother away from their 6-year-old child, and now look at you sitting at Cook County Jail away from yours. That's how life works. Whatever seed you plant, that's the fruit that is the plant or the tree that is gonna grow. What you put in the ground is what you shall reap. Karma is a bitch, and it serves best cold. I will see you guys on my next live. Peace.
I got a lady. Hey, I got a lady. Hey, name is the Upper Echelon. She a debater, baby. She can give it to you straight, no chaser. She got the smarts. She got the heart. She got the confidence, baby. Baby, she the Upper Echelon. You know you intimidated.